Hello， 大家好，我係小 Margaret and welcome back to my little Cantonese Corner。今日2025年10月17號星期五。Today it is October 17th. It is a Friday and it has been 1 week since I visited the Kam Fat Mahjong Shop in Hong Kong, which is where I'm going to take you in a moment. But first, I wanted to just share a few things ahead of our watching the video. And the first is that I love doing Mahjong videos, but they are the longest to edit and to subtitle. And so it took us a while to do that, but I think it'll be worth the wait. When I was at this shop, a number of things happened. The first was that I didn't really expect it to be opened. I know it said it was open on Google Map, but I know that these little tiny shops sometimes can have fluctuating hours because they're really only staffed by the sifu who does the carving and also the other gentleman who was there. And luckily it was open and I went ahead with the interview, even though I felt a little bit unprepared. And also there was a lot of noise happening on the street, so a lot of what we recorded couldn't be used. And then of course you'll hear that Gerald joined the conversation, recognizing me, hearing me speak Cantonese. He came up and joined the conversation, which was amazing. And you can see the short that he did for me there. And the other thing about Mahjong videos is that it's not only about Mahjong, but it's about learning not only the culture of Hong Kong, but also Cantonese. So in the video, you'll see the name of the shop that I introduced, and also is this one here, another machine cut one, but it's a common saying during Chinese New Year. And this one is your San Tai Gin Hong. San Tai Gin Hong. I bought this for my mother-in-law, but don't tell her because I haven't given it to her yet. But this one I thought was very special, the San Tai Gin Hong with all the different colors. And it means San Tai is your body and Gin Hong is health. So it's something we say at Chinese New Year to wish everyone good health, good bodily health. Yeah, San Tai Gin Hong. These are the hand-carved ones. And so it's a little piece of history, I feel, is the Hong Zhong, Fa Chai, and Ba Ban. So I think that these are very special, and you can tell that they're not perfect as a machine cut one would be, and that is what makes them special. Likewise, the other ones I got that are hand cut are the Dong Lam Sai Bak. Dong Lam Sai Bak, of course, is east, south, west, and north, which is how in Chinese you actually say instead of in English when they say north, south, east, east, west, they say east, south, west, and north. East being the first and the most prominent one, of course, east being where China is, Middle Kingdom. So Dong Lam Sai Bak. I also wanted to point out how special it is. You're going to see in the video him actually packing these in plastic. And when he does, they're so tightly packed that you really can't even tell. You can see the reflection a bit and you can tell there's a plastic cover on them, but they're so tightly wrapped and you can tell in the back there's tape. But it's literally just him packing these in so well that there's no need to take them out of the plastic wrap. You can just display them like this and you can't tell that they're actually wrapped in plastic. So that's something that just preserves them, because even though they are the traditional green, and I might be able to match them to the traditional green set that I have in my metal box, but if they don't, it doesn't matter. It's just something nice to display a little bit of history here with the hand-carved pieces. Okay, without further ado, let's get to the video of the visit to the Kam Fat Mahjong Shop, and I will see you on the other side with a special announcement, so stay tuned. Exit B at Whampoa Station takes you to this plaza, and straight down this plaza is Balcony Street. Don't miss the Phúc Tak Gu Miu, which is the Phúc Tak Temple to the Earth God at the end of the plaza. Balcony Street continues on from the temple, and this is quite a historic street because, believe it or not, this street marked the street before the harbor, but nowadays there's so much reclamation that it's miles away from the harbor. And here is number 2 Balcony Street, the Kam Fat Mahjong Shop. Now note how they read from right to left. Kam Fat Mahjong. Now I asked the gentleman there at the shop if I could film him, and he preferred not to be filmed, so I asked if I could just take a picture of what he's doing, which is just rubbing the hand-carved tiles that had just been done. He told me that they're no longer making complete sets, but they will do a few pieces and just sell those separately.
呢啲係手做呢啲，係手做，即係有人少少地就得咯，多就唔得咯，即係。 唔係呢啲挑對係等人買嘅啫，呢啲冇人訂嘅呢啲，啊咪睇嘢咁咪啱咪買咯，係。
咁個價錢係點樣？如果係即係手做，
好平嘅啫，40蚊一隻嘅，斷隻計㗎啦。
如果係機器做，
機器做都40蚊隻㗎啦。
10蚊隻
，40蚊都係40蚊隻。
即係冇乜分別。如果你
本來手挑係貴啲嘅，
係
啊不過就求其啫嘛，我哋都係。你手挑麻雀都幾千蚊副啦，你都
冇得買而家。
麻雀就冇啦，呢啲咁嘅嘢有。
OK，明白。He talked about how there aren't that many people doing the hand carving anymore. It's just not worth it and you can't make a living from it. And also talked about how there's not many mahjong places anymore.
你香港嘅麻雀鋪以前有幾十間，而家得翻
10間之內，係啊。
You could hear that's when Gerald joined the conversation and they chatted about where these places are. One in Yau Ma Tei, perhaps one in Central. I still have to go and find these places to check them out. So while he finishes wrapping up these hand-carved flower tiles, let me show you around some of the other things that they have in the shop. They have a lot of souvenir tiles, including this one, and I actually got that one together with these hand-carved tiles. And you'll recognize the Dong Lam Sai Bak and also the Hong Kong Mahjong and Ba Ban. They also have a lot of sets left for $720 in a lot of different colors. 咁我日日都要過嚟睇下，係咪真係？
得閒嚟睇下啦，唔使專登嘅。
好嘛，咁我係喎，你有電話。
啊，每日我師傅唔開工啫，我都開工噶嘛。我哋做賣嘢都要噶嘛。係。佢話而家冇做特別大個 jumbo set that I have. There's like a teal color. They don't make that anymore, so I'm glad that I got my set when I did. But be sure to come down here before they close, because there won't be any announcement. It'll just be coming by and seeing the gate close. So be sure to get down here, and I'll put the address in the description and get your mahjong set. I hope you all enjoyed that visit to the Kam Fat Mahjong Shop, and I will be visiting other shops around. It just takes a little bit of time, so in the meantime, I'm going to be uploading other videos for learning Cantonese, cultural conversations. I have my interview with Pete from Canton Disco that we're working on. So a lot of things in the works, in addition to teaching. That is my first love, and I want to help anybody that wants to learn Cantonese to speak Cantonese. And that leads me to my special announcement, which is I'm going to be putting all of these lessons that I love online. And hopefully in that way, it's going to be a lot easier for more people to access these lessons, whether for their own use with a teacher they already have, whether or not they want to work with me on it, whether or not they just want to take a look and see what the lessons are like. Whatever the reason, I'm going to be there to help anyone who wants to learn Cantonese. Thank you guys again so much. I'll be back with another video, and I look forward to seeing you then back here on my little Cantonese corner. Bye for now.